Hi everyone, welcome back to Caitlin's Corner. Today we are going to do a little plant shopping. I'm mostly going to be looking for some veggie starts for my new veggie and cut flower garden, but we're also going to just take a look around and see what other beautiful things that we see and get inspired by. So today I am at H&H Nursery in Lakewood. It is one of the nurseries in the area that I frequent quite a bit. They have a pretty large selection of plants and veggies and really just everything beautiful. So let's take a look around and see what we see. I already have my eye on quite a few things that I really probably don't need and definitely don't have space for, but really want anyways. So maybe I can figure out a way to plant them. Let's see. Per usual, I am once again captivated by the gorgeous hellebores. It is hellebore season, so I am going to give myself a little bit of a break. But they have a bunch of these from Monrovia. They are the Ice and Roses Red Hellebore. And then if I swing around over here, they have a bunch more. They have Ice and Roses Rose. They have this really cool green that is a double, just solid green. Love that. And then this I am seeing everywhere in just different colors. And it is just really kind of pretty. I need to do more research on it. There are a few varieties of it that I am really interested in, but it's called Cinetti, and this one's called Sparkle Lavender. They also have over there Magenta, which is quite pretty as well. But it is all over every nursery right now, so it's like a 2025 plant in some form or fashion. We'll have to see what the deal is with these. So first, right out of the gate, I am getting 4 of these fairy white scavola. I have a plan for them, which is to put them in the hanging baskets that I'm going to hang off of the little pergola in the front of the house. I've purchased some Super Bells from Proven Winners that are a really pretty purple color, and I'm going to put those in the container with these fairy white scavola, and I think that that'll be really pretty. So they also have a bunch of different kinds of lambs here. This is more of your kind of giant size. It's not quite the same as the Helen von Stein, which I'm working on getting my hands on for the front yard, but this is a really good other option. It is called Stacey's, I think is what it's called. And then there is this other Stacey's Silver Carpet Lamb's Ear. So it's little tiny baby leaves that's much more of a ground cover. So that is also a really nice option. And I have a thought about where I might want to put that also in the front yard. But all of that are projects for a different day. So now that I know that they can get them and I'm documenting it here, I'll be able to come back and have them order any of this for me when I'm actually ready to plant it. Right here are a really great option for a water-wise garden. And I have seen red kangaroo paw such as this one pretty frequently, as well as the yellow here. But I have not seen purple kangaroo paw, and this one I really actually really like. Look at how pretty that purple is. Kind of hard to see in this sun that's coming up here, but wow. Normally I'm not necessarily into, as much as I wish I was, into the water-wise gardening thing, because the plants usually are not, they're just not my thing typically, but I actually really like this. So again, now that I know that they have this at Monrovia, this is called Celebrations Carnival Kangaroo Paw, I'm gonna ponder that, because that might be good in certain areas of the backyard where I want to be more pointed and sparse with water. TBD. And now here, look at all of these clematis. Oh my gosh, they have so many kinds. Look here. This one is really pretty. This pink champagne. That's quite a beautiful color. It says 8 feet tall and then as trained wide. I like that one. This one here is called multi-blue. Again, 8 feet tall. They have HF Young, which is a pretty blue color. Ooh, this one's really pretty. Royal Cascade, 7 foot tall. There's a red if you want and like red for your garden. I like it in specific instances. We don't have one right now that would work. Rouge Cardinal, that one's really pretty. Another pretty pink one, Ernest Markham. Some smaller of the multi-blue. More Rouge Cardinal. Princess Diana, also pretty. Yeah, lots and lots of really pretty ones. So I have a couple spots that I want clematis. I'm looking for like a darker color. So this might be an option because I want a darker purple. This technically isn't a darker purple, but I really, really love the flower on that. That's super interesting. I want something kind of interesting like that. And then another option that I'm thinking of, because I really think that this is really pretty, is this pink champagne. This might be an option too. So look at these heuchera. Oh my goodness. So that one's called Northern Exposure. It's like a purpley black color. Really, really pretty. And then we have the Lime Marmalade, which is one that I bought and used in the container. My low maintenance perennial container video. I will link that down below. And then this is called Forever Red. And look at how big these leaves are. I really like that color. It is such a bright pop. I would love that in the backyard and the more shaded areas. Looking to do kind of more of that tropical-y vibe, and this looks like a very tropical color to me. Another plant that I already have, but I definitely want more of because it's really pretty, is this variegated clivia. It has an orange flower, but these really pretty variegated leaves on it. This is basically what the flower looks like. It's like a soft orange that's really sparkly and pretty. They also have this yellow clivia here, and that is also very, very pretty. I love that soft yellow color. Okay, I am super excited about this. Carex Feather Falls. Now, I am an avid watcher of Jenny from Gardening with Creekside. I love her. She reminds me of this lovely woman that kind of became my second mom when I was at Alabama. And she's just cute Southern belle. So I love Jenny, even though I've never met her. I would love to meet her. But anywho, she loves this Carex Feather Falls. She like swears by it. And I have been wanting it forever because of that. And just seeing it on her videos that she does in containers and all that stuff. So I'm going to have to grab a couple of these for some containers. And I'm super duper stoked on it. They also have a bunch of different elephant ear here. This one with the red trunk is called Hawaiian Punch. And I just love the coloring here on that. I think that's really pretty. This one is called Redemption. So there's Redemption. It has a more black leaf with this kind of pink center. So you can see that versus the Hawaiian punch, really dark stem and super dark leaf. I want to add some more elephant ear to the backyard. I have plans for where I want that to go, really kind of behind the pergola and off to the left-hand side of the pergola. And then they also have this Stromant's Trio Star, which for a lot of you in cooler climates, this is typically known as a houseplant. But here in Southern California, zone 10B, and in like Florida, I've seen this a lot at Disney World. This is a plant that you can put in the ground and grow in your gardens in a tropical space. Now, these have these brown tips, and I don't think that Florida necessarily has the same struggles that we do with this. Maybe they do. If you're from Florida, let me know. But I know that as a house plant, because I've grown these as a house plant before, they struggle with these brown tips due to the salt content that is in our water. And so they really need good drain off in as a house plant and not be sitting in their own water in order to not have these brown tips. So I'm curious as to how they would do in the ground here, especially in my garden with the heavy clay soil that I have. I would think that the salt content in the water would just make them look like this constantly. So if you have any tips on how to not have these look like this with these brown tips for me, then please let me know, because I would love these in the ground. I love them as houseplants, and they're just really beautiful and interesting, obviously, with their pink and various green variegation. All right, so we've got a bunch of different blueberries here from Dave Wilson Nursery. We've got Baby Cakes Blackberry, Black Satin Thornless Blackberry, a Primark Freedom Blackberry, some Thornless Boysenberry, and then the Fall Gold Raspberry. I have a Fall Gold Raspberry, working on getting a Blackberry, might do a Boysenberry as well. Oh my gosh. This is a mandevilla. I have grown multiple mandevillas. This one is called Blue Foria, and the line is called Sun Parasol. Look at this bloom. It is a perfect lavender color with, look at those hot pink striations in the throat, and then all the way down to like a yellow in there. And oh my gosh, look at the back, pink. This is like me if I were a flower. I love that. This is an awesome one. I have not seen this plant before. It must be new to Monrovia. And Monrovia, kudos, fantastic job, obsessed. Wow. We are going to take a look at some herbs. I want to plant up my green stock planter with a whole bunch of herbs and like medicinal flowers so that it becomes this kind of, well, medicinal garden. I have cilantro and Spanish thyme, which is this variegated thyme, really pretty. There is some mint, which I already have, so that's perfect. We don't need to grab any of that, but this looks really nice. This mint is called sweet pear. What does it smell like? That's really sweet. I like the smell of that a lot. This is your kind of classic spearmint. And then Italian basil, African blue basil right back there, holy tulsi basil, known as holy basil because it's regarded as the living manifestation of the divine within the plant kingdom. Interesting. That's this. Smells good. Red Reuben basil. It's kind of little bitty leaves. It's cute. And then we have chamomile and Mexican oregano and rue and more African basil over here. I'm definitely going to be getting the cilantro. i.e. coriander, because I cook with cilantro all the time. Over here we have Italian parsley and sorrel. I don't really cook with this very much, so probably going to pass on it. Curled parsley. Then we have, this is the tricolor sage. I use this in a container in the fall, and it smells fantastic. And when it gets big and bushy, it's really, really pretty. And then your classic Bergarten sage, rosemary, fennel. We've got bay leaves over here and purple shiso, which this is gorgeous. Some larger fennel here, wheatgrass, and then some melons, it looks like. Oh, here's a stevia plant. So if you wanted to make your own sweetener, stevia. Some more melons back in here, some eggplants back in here, more of the sage, and then just the rest of that. Some green globe artichokes, borage, some squash, carrots. Here are some pink radicchio right there. And then this is rhubarb, Victoria rhubarb, little bitty plants, and Imperial Star artichoke. So this is Imperial Star. Those are green globe right there. Onions and carrots and lettuces, all looking really, really beautiful, especially this lettuce. Oh my goodness, look at how great all of that looks. So, so pretty. So what I'm for sure getting in this area, because I've grown it well, and they are tasty as all heck, are these candy onions. So I'm grabbing a little 6-pack of these. I am also grabbing a 6-pack of the Harlequin mix carrots here, because I love rainbow carrots. And in general, I want to fill my garden with all sorts of color, even in terms of vegetables. And so then from a lettuce perspective, I usually like to grow my lettuce from seed, especially if I'm doing something kind of like this, like Lola Rosso, or like the salad mix types, which are over here, because they're really, really easy to grow from seed. I also grow arugula from seed, highly recommend, because I love arugula. But I want to put some heads of lettuce in my raised beds, and I'm going to do that with butter crunch, because they are really, really pretty and tasty. Like some of the best lettuce ever. Really good for like lettuce cups, which I make quite often. So let's grab one of these too. Pick probably from back here. Look at that. I really wish that I liked Swiss chard, because I really love the plants. Like, I love the bright light Swiss chard from the perspective of, oh, look at those stalks. But I just haven't found anything that I particularly like eating it in, unfortunately. So maybe once I find some recipes that I actually like, then we'll get some of this like really pretty red and the bright lights. But for now, probably not. If you have any good Swiss chard recipes, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. We for sure are getting, because I love them, is beets. Now, I was originally thinking of doing a touchstone gold like this, and then, not to totally move the camera around too fast, a bull's blood beet like this one. But I found this here, which is a rainbow mix all in and of itself. And so we're going to go with this. See here that it's got some yellows, it's got some more reddish colors, and then some purpley colors. And like I said, I'm growing a rainbow vegetable garden. So we're gonna pick up some of these. So I eat salads like crazy, and I like spinach in my salad, and they have two different kinds of spinach here. They have the imperial green and they have the Rushmore. So I'm going to decide between the two, pick out one, and that's coming home with me too. I also have a whole bunch of peas and some corn here. So they have Oregon Giant Snows right there, and bush beans over here. Some more Oregon Giants here. These are sugar snap peas. And then over here are some little marble peas. And I think I might grab one of those. I do have some pea seeds at home, but I'm tempted to just get the starts here so that I don't have to worry about it. We'll see. Look at all of these gorgeous violas and pansies. So I for sure am going to be grabbing a few of these because I want to plant them up in amongst my herbal container, the green stock, because these are edible as well. And I like making little butters with them and using them as garnishes. And so why not grab a few and put them in that in the green stock as well? It has to be my favorite color. This one, the dark purple, look at that mixed together. And then this blue right here. Yeah, so pretty. This one is just gorgeous and giant and stunning. A whole bunch of them. This is another really pretty color right here. Because delphiniums at like an Armstrong in large containers are really expensive, but they have these 4-inchers for $2.50, $2.49, and they are the Magic Fountains mix. So I'm gonna get at least 4 because I have so many places that I want delphiniums, and this is such a great price. And for me, I have kind of a hard time growing them from seed, although I do have seed that I'm gonna try again this year. But let's start off with a couple that are easy peasy right here for us, already growing. So we're actually going to switch it up. I found the same Magic Fountains mix in 6-packs here. So for the same price that I was going to get 4 plants, I'm actually going to get 12 because I'm getting 2 6-packs. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I've decided to get both the purple Romagna artichoke here and an imperial star artichoke. And the reason is because 1, I love artichokes. 2, my plan is actually to potentially put one of these in the vegetable garden, and I think this one I'm gonna put in the front yard because it has these really pretty purple flowers, aka the fruits. So let me show you what those look like in a picture here on the screen right now. So remember when I talked about the coral bark Japanese maple a couple of videos ago when I was at Armstrong? Well, they have them here at H&H as well, and this is what they look like when they are leafing out. Bright chartreuse green leaves on these coral stems. It is just beautiful. So we have these that are a little bit further along. My guess is that these ones have been at the nursery a bit longer. And then they have some more right here. My guess is that these have been in Oregon and they just got them in more recently. It's been cooler in Oregon, so they're not quite leafed out. But you can see what they'll look like as winter interest right here. And then more like your spring interest here with the gorgeous chartreuse leaves that are popping out. And then when they are fully in their leafy prime, they look like that on the red stems. I love it. One of these, one day, I will have it. Need to make a space for it. So I have gone a little bit plant crazy. I have found so many things that I wanted and needed for my garden, especially the new vegetable and cut flower garden. This whole cart is entirely full. Oops. Well, the fun thing is that you get to see all of these plants go into the ground or in raised beds or in the green stock just all over the garden. And then we both get to enjoy them. So this is going to be absolutely amazing. But check out the just plethora of plants that I'm about to purchase. It's a little overwhelming. I'm not excited about the bill. I am excited about the flowers going in though, and all the veggies. It's going to be so great. All right, so I am back home with all of the plants that we just got. Let me show you everything that I purchased. So here are the 3 cardboard boxes that they put everything in. So, first thing are these lamb's ear. Now, typically lamb's ear plants, you can get them in 4-inch containers and they're anywhere around $7. Well, this set of 6, and I bought 2 6-packs, was $4.99 a piece for these Stachys Fuzzy Wuzzy that get, I think it's 18, yeah, they get 14 to 16 inches tall and 18 to 20 wide. So part of the reason that I picked these in particular is because if you look in here, and this is what I do with all of my plants and that I purchased. I'll show you on some poppies that I bought as well. But if you look closely in here, you can actually find multiple plants per cell. So this is one plant, this is one plant in this cell, and there's a third plant in one cell. And so I try and find the 6-packs or even my 4-inchers, like this poppy right here. This is the Hungarian blue, and you can see $6.49. That's what one of these would have cost if I were to have purchased it like this. But I picked out this one in particular of all of the Hungarian blues because if you look here, 1 plant, 2 plants, and then a 3rd plant here. So really my $7 is getting me 3 plants on this one. There were a bunch that only had 1. So I highly recommend when you are looking at your plants to search out ones that have multiple plants in them because they seed heavy and a lot of times they won't necessarily thin them out. So then you luck out and you get 3 plants for the price of 1. So fun fact on that. So yeah, so I got that Hungarian blue paver, 2 6-packs of the lamb's ear. There are 2 other poppies. We'll get to those. They're in a different flat. I got the Butter Crunch lettuce here. I got Little Marvel peas. I got I think this is called, I can't remember even after just a second. I got the Harlequin mix carrots. I got a Burgart sage. I got a cilantro. These are Seascape strawberries. I have 1 large one, but I wanted a few more of in this 6-pack. And again, I tried to find where I had multiple plants per cell because I'm going to put these around my blackberry and my raspberry in the same pot. And so that is going to give me extra space. I'm doubling up my use of space here. This is Persian cucumber, and again, I picked the 6-pack that had 2 plants per cell. So instead of 6 plants, I now have 12 plants, making my money go further. These are the rainbow beets, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait for them to be ready because I love beets in salads. Beet and arugula and goat cheese is like one of my favorite combinations ever for salad. And then I got the Savoy Clarissa cabbage here. I really like cabbage. I make a whole bunch of different things with cabbage, and I will show you those recipes for really every vegetable here that I'm purchasing. as they mature and fruit and we get into that season. Candy onions. Each of these little scraggles here is one onion, so there's probably well over 100 onions here. So I will be planting them up in kind of a succession format. Probably next is a couple more poppies. So I got Lauren's grape. It looks like that. Super pretty. Obviously, I love purple. Grows 12 to 24 inches tall by 6 inches wide. So not super wide plant, but again, I've got at least two plants in there. Yeah, 2 plants in there for the price of one. Is the black peony poppy. I love this one. I've grown this one from seed actually, but I wanted to have some starts here to get things going a little bit earlier. This one, 2 to 4 feet tall, 1 foot wide, way, way bigger. And this one I have 3 plants in here as well. So no, I have 4 plants. Boom. So again, find your plants. Find these where you can get multiple plants out of one container. And then I got 6 different colors of violas for the green stock. So I got the blue, I got this pretty purple, a dark blue and purple combo, this blue, and then this kind of purpley pink. And I got 2 pansies also for the green stock. This kind of bluey purple matches really well with this viola actually. And then I got this one. Love that. What else? Oh, next here is the Armeria Sea Pink. This is otherwise known as Thrift. It has these pretty pink ball-like flowers on it. These will likely go into containers. It might go into the landscape, 12 inches tall, 12 inches wide. We'll see. I just knew that I wanted them, and it looks like there's a couple plants in here per cell as well, so that's great. Again, extending my money. And then lastly, I got 2 of the Magic Fountains mix delphinium. These are 6 packs. They're going to be kind of that multitude of colors between blue and white and pink and purple. They get about 41 inches tall and 12 to 15 foot spacing. So I think that is it. Look at all of that. Just a crazy, crazy amount of plants, I think. So total for all of those plants was about $215. And while that sounds like a lot, I feel like I've gotten a really great deal because it's well over 60 plants, and that's just talking like cells, not even the fact that there's multiple plants per cell. I didn't do the math, I didn't count it out exactly, but I'm certain that there are well over 60 plants in there. I feel like I got a lot of great bang for my buck, and I am super excited about planting everything up. I think I've said I'm super excited about 1,000,000 times in this video, but it's because I really am. I hope you enjoyed walking around H&H with me, got a little bit inspired for your own gardens, and that you are just as excited as I am to see all of these plants get in the ground, because I have some really good, fun plans with them. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.